Once upon a time, in a village at the foot of the mountains of Tibet, there was a young woman named Mei Ling. Her life had been a journey of suffering and toil. Afflicted since birth with a rare disease that weakened her muscles, Mei Ling had never known the freedom to run in the fields or climb the hills with the other children of the village. Her family, though loving, had always sought external remedies, traveling far to seek medical care, but nothing seemed to work. Her body, frail and tired, seemed to trap her in an invisible prison. If you are curious to find out how Mei Ling will find her inner strength, subscribe to our channel now so you don't miss stories like this. One day, an old monk named Jiro came to the village. He had been traveling for years, living a simple life dedicated to meditation and the search for inner truth. Hearing about Mei Ling and her condition, he decided to visit her. When he entered her house, he found her sitting by the window, staring at the sky, perhaps searching for an answer she couldn't find. Jiro, with his calm and serene voice, said to her, "The body is only a reflection of the mind and the heart. When these two are in balance, the body can also find its harmony." Mei Ling, who until then had placed her hope only in physical healing, was touched by his words. "But how can I find this harmony when my body does not allow me to move freely?" she asked, a note of desperation in her voice. The monk smiled gently. "It is not the body that limits you, but the thoughts you have about your condition. Come with me to the temple. There you will find not only peace, but perhaps also the key to your healing." So, with her family's consent, Mei Ling decided to accompany Jiro to the temple located in the mountains, a sacred place that was said to be immersed in healing energy. The journey was long and tiring, but every step was an invitation to reflection. The sound of the wind caressing the trees, the birds singing, and the deep silence of nature enveloped her like a reassuring blanket. Have you ever found peace in nature or through an inner journey? Share your experience in the comments. We would love to hear it. At the temple, Mei Ling began her meditation practice under the guidance of the sage Jiro. At first, her mind was restless, full of questions and doubts. Every time she closed her eyes, she felt the weight of her body, her weakness and frustration. "How can I heal?" she kept asking herself. "How can meditation change what my body cannot do?" Jiro watched her carefully, never forcing her, respecting her rhythm. One day he told her, "Healing is not an external action, but a journey inward. You must learn to observe your thoughts like clouds passing in the sky. Only when you are able to let go can true change happen." Mei Ling pondered those words. She began to practice every day, sitting in silence, listening to the beat of her heart and the rhythm of her breathing. Day after day, something inside her began to change. It wasn't so much her body that felt different, but her mind and heart. She felt a new sense of peace, as if each breath freed her from an invisible burden. She began to understand that her real prison was not her body, but the beliefs she had about it. As the months passed, Mei Ling discovered the power of positive thinking and coherence between her mind and heart. By following Jiro's teachings, she learned that every thought has an energy, and that cultivating thoughts of love and gratitude could transform her reality. Whenever she was faced with a negative thought, she asked herself, "Does this thought bring me closer to healing or further away?" Want to know more about how positive thinking can transform your life? Leave a comment below and tell us about your experience. The answer was always clear. Negative thoughts created an invisible barrier, while positive thoughts opened doors of possibilities she had never imagined. One night, while meditating under the full moon, she had a vision. She saw herself walking, free, without pain, in a field of flowers. In her heart, she felt a deep connection to the universe, as if everything was in perfect balance. When she woke up, she felt that something inside her had shifted. Jiro, seeing the change in her eyes, said, "Now you understand. Healing begins within us, not without. Your body will follow your mind. Have patience and trust." The next few weeks were filled with small miracles. Mei Ling, who for years had been unable to stand on her own, began to feel the strength returning to her legs. Her body, as if finally receiving the message from her mind, began to respond. One step at a time, she literally stood up. At first, it was just a few steps, but each day she grew stronger. However, the real transformation occurred in her heart. Mei Ling was no longer the young woman tormented by illness. She now saw the world with new eyes, knowing that true freedom lies not in the body, but in the spirit. She understood that the gift of life was not physical healing, but inner peace. Is inner peace something that has changed your life? Let us know how you found yours in the comments. We are here to listen. One morning, as the sun rose behind the mountains, Mei Ling walked to the top of a hill near the temple. With her hands clasped and her eyes closed, she took a deep breath of fresh air and felt immense gratitude. Not for her physical recovery, but for all she had learned about the power of the mind, the strength of the heart, and the depth of connection to the universe. As the sun shone on her face, Mei Ling realized that her illness had been her greatest teacher. Without it, she would never have undertaken that inner journey. She would never have discovered the truth about herself. Suffering, she thought, is just a door that opens to a deeper understanding of life. Back at the temple, Mei Ling approached Jiro and thanked him. "You don't have to thank me," he said. "The credit is yours. You found the way. Now your job is to help others find it." With these words in her heart, Mei Ling knew her journey was not over. She now had a mission: to bring healing not only to herself, but also to those who, like her, were seeking answers beyond the visible world. She had become a guide, not because she had found a cure for her body, but because she had discovered the power of the soul. Want to know more stories like Mei Ling's? Subscribe to our channel to never miss the next episodes and continue exploring your inner path. Mei Ling's story is a testament to the fact that true healing is not just about the physical, but about a profound inner change. When the mind and heart are in harmony, anything is possible. As Jiro said, healing is not something we do, it's something we allow to happen. And so, Mei Ling, now a healer and guide, continued on her path, carrying with her the wisdom she had found, ready to share it with anyone who would listen.